Hi everyone, welcome to this brief video walkthrough of Assessment Task 1. This task has two main parts. Task A, which asks you to find 8 abstracts, and Task B, which asks you to write about one of the topics you found abstracts for in 500 to 800 words. So for Task A, you have to choose 2 of the provided topics and then go and search in the UNSW library databases, importantly the databases. And then you have to find some abstracts for each topic that you think are most relevant to that topic. I think the way to do this is to think about which of the abstracts would be most useful if you needed to write an extended essay about that topic. So if I were approaching this task, I'd choose the 2 topics I felt were most interesting to me, but I'd leave a little bit of time for me to be able to look into other topics if maybe I didn't find the results that I was after for the first topic that I explored. I'd probably also start out by just getting used to the library interface without being committed to the search. So if I wasn't familiar with the library databases, I'd go in and have a little bit of a look and explore there. And figure out how I could use them. Then I'd sit down with the 2 topics I'd chosen and brainstorm some search terms. So, for example, for the topic of risk management for cabin crew, I might brainstorm some terms like risk management, obviously, and I'd probably put that in quotation marks when I came to the search so that I didn't just get articles that had risk and articles that had management. So those inverted commas ensures I get articles that have risk management together. I'd probably also do the same for the search term cabin crew, again in inverted commas, but I might also brainstorm the use of terms like, flight crew, air crew, or any others that I thought might be relevant. Then I'd go and put those into the database with one of the bars would have my risk management term and the other bar would have my cabin crew term, and I'd join them with and. At that point I'd probably search and see what I got and review some of the articles. And then I'd probably go back to the search bars and try some of the other terms that I brainstormed. I'd likely make a short list of articles at this point that looked relevant, and then I'd maybe go and test my terms, my search terms that I'd brainstormed in another database. After that, I'd repeat the process for the other topics. Remember, you don't have to read the entire article. I'm not expecting you to read 8 papers. I'm just hoping that you evaluate the articles based on the abstracts. So it's good to have a bit of a search in different databases and see what different databases might find given the search terms that you use. Then when we consider Task B, take some of the articles that you found in Task A and use them to write up a really brief report. How you structure that report might depend on the topic. You might consider whether it's useful for you to use subheadings or whether you can just write as one piece of text. What you're trying to achieve is like a bit of an explainer on that topic. As the assignment brief says, cover the most important issues to enable a broad understanding of the concept for an audience that knows little about the topic. Make sure that when you do write up Part B that you reference those articles as necessary in the text and give that list of articles that you've used at the end in a reference list. Essentially, if you use something from a source, then you should reference that source. Because otherwise, it looks like you're claiming that work or those ideas as your own. There's some guidance on reference formatting that's available on Moodle, but essentially what we prefer is an author date format for your referencing. So I hope that's a useful reflection on how I might approach this task. If you have further questions, you're very welcome to get in touch.